Hello everyone, sending you positive vibes, peace and blessings back out here in nature, listening at the children play. And so today just want to check in on everybody as I always do. But most importantly, I want to give my condolences to Mr. George Floyd's family. My deepest condolences and sympathy be with the family. And you guys, we have got to understand how important it is for us to unify. We have got to come together as a whole, as a nation. We've got to understand the importance of that. We've got to understand the importance of what is valuable and what's not valuable. What has value, what doesn't have value. It was such a sad situation, being that first of all, that this man was murdered, but the alleged reason that he was murdered is even worse. Supposedly it was concerning money, mistaken identity of money. First of all, if you really knew what money was, it would make you that much more angry, sick on the stomach to watch, because money has no real value. The only value money has is what those who are printing it is giving it. We have to understand, money was used to, like for bartering. Back in the day, even now, I barter, we trade something of equal value. But when it was actually created, it was really a note, a reserve note, that was given to people who had gold, silver, whatever other metals or valuables in a banking system, that or whoever they were entrusting their deposits to. This was the purpose for what the notes. And think about it, a note is just something written with words on it that says, hey, I owe you, or whatever the case may be. So the thing is, whenever they seen that this money, well, first of all, the reason that they created the money was, a lot of reasons. They say one was to, maybe you didn't want to walk around with gold in your pocket because of the weight of it. Maybe you couldn't do proper measurements, and you didn't want to be toting a scale around. You didn't want to get robbed, hit across the head for it, or whatever. But we have to understand that once those notes were written, that money, that gold that belonged to you or whomever, was supposed to be in this bank or in this system, wherever you deposit it. But at some point, those bankers began to lend that gold, the real gold, your gold, to their favorite people, kind of like nowadays, some of you could get a loan, some of you can't, no matter how good your credit score is, for whatever the reason may be. So now you have a double currency out there, and so this gold, it's been loaned out, so there's nothing there actually to cover this cash that we have. And it's just such a shame, because we have to understand that even the things we purchase with the money is not ours. Okay? So it's like you come to me, you give me a note, and I turn over my land or whatever to you, you purchasing it with a note that has no value to it. It's just a piece of paper that you've given me, that you just printed or created out of thin air, and I just gave you some real value, something that definitely, that's not an even swap, because you got something of value for something that is just a piece of paper, like I said, a note. So, it's just such a shame that we're dealing with this in our country right now. As I've told people before, wake up. Because if you think that this is going to continue to be an issue for just people of color, you are so sadly mistaken. I was listening to a lady, a white lady, that had posted a video, and she hit some very key points about we melanated people are out there fighting this battle by ourselves, when really they should be involved as well, because at some point this thing is going to hit their house too. People are waking up and starting to see that. I told you before, if you're not in that 1%, you can forget about it, okay? That means you're not important if you're not in that 1%. And see, that 1%, they are not about no dollar bill. They the one printing it out of thin air and giving it to us. They don't care about no money. It's all about material things. Like I said, we are out here purchasing stuff with money, and it has no real value. So it's like the U.S. pretty much is bankrupt. And then, we purchasing stuff with worthless paper. So what do you think you own? So it's like, people, if we could just get past ourselves for just a minute concerning the things that we think we own, and understand this stuff don't belong to you. Stop paying taxes on it and see what happens. You already know. Some of y'all done lost everything you had, and trying to make a new start right now. So you know what time it is with that. So we've got to understand what is transpiring here. I'm urging everybody to wake up and take a stand. It's more of us than it is of them, and until we understand that, we're gonna have some real serious issues. There's so much that I can go into and talk about right now, but I don't want to be all over the place and saying so much till it's like I'm saying nothing. So I really want my main focus to be about him and Mr. Floyd, and let you know that the things that we're fighting over, they have no real value. The only thing that is valuable is you. And we have all been given a kingdom here to that we're supposed to be serving. And Luke 22 talks about God has given us a kingdom. Well, the only people that have kingdoms are kings and queens. The last I checked, princesses, baby. So I mean, what exactly is it that we feel like we need to be fighting over? Because we all really are privy to the same things spiritually. This stuff that we have made our gods here, it's nothing, And these people, they're telling you what they trust. They got it all on the dollar bill. In God we trust. They trust in a piece of paper that really has no value to it. I got $1 right here. I try to keep a little bit of change on me in case the little snack truck pass through and the kids are out in the neighborhood. But on this dollar, if you look at it very closely, if you can't see mine, get your own. Look at that. That eagle, I want you to just take a look at this whole little situation going on right here. If you do, you'll find that that's a head with two eyes, a mouth, and it don't look human. But you know, I told you we're energy, and there are other energy sources on this planet along with us. Some good, some evil. You could take that or leave it for whatever it's worth. Do your own research. You know, I'm not here to try to mess with nobody's belief system and try to tell you what to think. We've had enough of that going on. So just want you guys to stay encouraged. Know that I love you, as I always tell you, and I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart. And understand, we have got to come together. We have got to unite in some kind of way in order to bring this kingdom down that has been established. Because I'm telling you, we are under a spell of hypnosis. It's kind of like the story of the king with the king with no clothes. You know, there he is, the king that has been duped by men that came in talking about making him a suit of gold, with gold threads, and when it came time for the suit to be delivered to him, they didn't have it, you know. But they had some talk for him that had him so to the point that he was out there parading amongst the people with his underclothes on. And you got these crazy folks standing behind him on the fact that he had on this invisible suit with this gold thread, when he had on absolutely nothing. It took a kid to come along and say, the king out don't have on any clothes, he's naked. You know, it took us a kid to come and break that hypnotic spell. You know, and I'm praying that we too can break that hypnotic spell that we are under, because I'm telling you, this thing is heavy. Understand that we are dealing with some serious principalities and rulers in dark places, and we have got to understand that these are things that we have to deal with on a spiritual level, okay? Because when you talk about dealing with an entity that is outside of yourself, or one that you can't see, some of them you can, you know, you don't have to deal with that on a spiritual level. We're not wrestling against flesh and blood, okay? And so stay encouraged. Know that everything is gonna balance out, but it's gonna be up to us, because we're the one fueling a lot of this stuff. You know, we the one that are buying into it. You know, the mind control that's over some of us is unreal, and we're just buying into it. But we're the ones that's gonna have to organize Earth, and stop getting so excited every time somebody's talking about they coming out with something bigger and better for you to talk on. You know, if I still had one that flip or slide, it would be okay with me. You know, it's gonna do the same thing, communicate, and you know, so we all about, oh, don't put them microwave towers up, but we're out buying the technology that's gonna need those microwave towers to run. So, you know, acknowledge, or I should say, we should acknowledge our role in this, okay? And just think things through. Guard your thoughts with all diligence in this season, and don't allow yourself to be deceived. Again, I love you. I hope that you are enjoying this beautiful, beautiful Friday. And I'm going to see you on the next video. Alright? One love. Okay, so I just wanted to say one last thing, and forgive me for squinting. I was sitting in the dark. I came inside and just kind of was looking over the video like I always do. And I don't want to cheat anybody for the work that they have put in for the movement of making sure that everybody understands that all lives matter. And so I want to thank those people that are using their platforms and regardless of race, creed, or color. Thank you to the ones that are stepping up, because we do have people that are not of the same skin tone that is fighting just as hard as those that are. Understand that my family is a total rainbow. We have white, we have Mexican, we have Hispanic, we have Indian, definitely in our bloodline. And so, and these are people that I am in communication with all the time. So, don't get it twisted. This is not just some different races that I'm calling out. These are people that we actually communicate in the family that are important to me. I love them. They love me. And so I just wanted to come back and just make sure that you understand I'm not overlooking anyone that has supported the efforts that melanated people have put into trying to support and stand for one another, or stand for the wrongs that have been done. So I'm out this time for real. I'm a little tired. I was just sitting there, like I said, watching. I don't even know really what I'm looking like right now. I'm trying to keep my eyes open, but the light is like blaring because it was dark in here until I thought about that. Again, hope you enjoy your night. It's not Friday, it's Thursday, but it's still beautiful. And I'll see you on the next video. God bless you, and sending positive vibes your way. Peace, love, and blessings. Bye.